Welcome to Bratislava. Just got off the train here. You can already tell the Slovaks are my people. They remind me of the Ruskis. Yeah. Different language. Obviously they speak Slovak here. Maybe some people understand some Russian. We'll see. I'm probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside of like the city center. I'm not sure how I ended up here, but yeah, met some characters already. Now we take a bus to the city center and we see what we can get into. Okay, let's do it. And we're going to see a monument to the Red Army, the Soviets. The Soviets rescued this city from, this country rather, from the Nazi occupation. Slovakia actually joined the Axis powers and they welcomed the Germans in. They were also the first state or first territory in the Axis powers that consented to the deportation of their Jewish residents. The Slovakian Holocaust here was rather bad, for the per capita. There were about 90,000 Jews here, all of which were deported. From the best that I could gather, less than 1,000 of those actually survived the Second World War. So it's rather sad. But they do, in fact, have a monument here to the Red Army, to the Soviets. Apparently after the Second World War they were rather happy to get rid of the Nazis from the city. I'm not exactly sure on the history of that and why that is, but it seems like they embraced them at the beginning, and towards the end I don't know if they jumped on the bandwagon or what, but yeah, they were ready to be liberated. They were ready to be done with the Germans. Well, I just figured out that this is the highest point in Bratislava. I probably just climbed about 200, maybe 300 stairs. And I'm not kidding, it was probably maybe a quarter mile of a staircase. And it's still going up. See you at the top. With about 10% left on the battery. We made it. Almost. Some more stairs. But we're close. We're freaking close. Okay, we made it. I was worried that maybe they weren't going to be too proud of this anymore, but you can see people are still proud. They're still leaving flowers. They have the names. I was reading it's of all the officers that had fallen, the officers in the Red Army that had fallen in taking back the city. This is so foreign to me. We would never have anything dedicated to the Soviets. Even in Western Europe, they would never. But here in Central Europe, a massive monument and park dedicated to the Soviets, the liberation of Bratislava. And as you can see, people still come here. Let's rearrange this for somebody's great-grandfather or something that obviously perished. Man. The dates of liberation for the major cities in Slovakia. as the Red Army crossed Slovakia. You can hear my squeaky shoes. It's very wet here. And as you can see down there, that's all of Bratislava. This is a major hike to get up here, but worth it. Very cool. Apparently this is a graveyard, like I said, for 100 or so, from what I read, just officers. So, you know, if you think 100 officers died, how many regular soldiers died? From the little bit of research I did, which wasn't a ton, I think it was about 10,000 just in Bratislava from the Red Army died. I could imagine the numbers would be great, you know, all throughout Slovakia. Probably very similar numbers to all the major cities here in Slovakia. So, you know, as you can see the dates here, you know, a lot of them were not that old. Wasn't even 20. Not even 20 years old. Most less than 30, it looks like. Man. 6% left on the battery. I don't know how much of that you guys can see. Supposedly there's an old bunker here, so I'm going to save that. Go see if we can find it. Unfortunately it is sealed. You can't get in. But this apparently is one of the original bunkers from the city of Bratislava. This would have been how they entered. It's sealed. So just imagine you're Red Army and you're climbing a very steep hill, and the Germans are in these fortified little bunkers with windows sticking out, and right behind them bigger artillery would have been here, raining down on you in the hill as you try to take the city. Heavy stuff. And you know, back there I said that we wouldn't have anything like this, and it's hard to imagine, but it just dawned on me it's the same as kind of the Confederate War, right? I mean, we have a lot of Confederacy monuments, and the rest of the U.S. would not like that. Yeah, there's the UFO of Bratislava. It's a famous landmark here that a lot of people go to. We might go up there. Maybe. I don't know. Unfortunately, we have 3%. So I'm going to save it in case something crazy happens. But I'm signing off from the Soviet Monument here in Bratislava.